Well done, slave. You managed to put on a very dramatic show for me. He looked his black eyes on Candace, and to top it off, you eliminate one of your greatest foes in the process, thus redeeming the pride of my pack. For that you have my eternal thanks. You bastard. Candace hissed. You're sick. The whole lot of you are just sick. Oh, come on. Oh, come now. Scrunch extended his arms in display of mockery. It's not like your kind has disgraced mine before. Think of this as redemption. Candace roared and fired a frozen spear. The icicle punched and crunched Scrunch's shoulder, pinning him to the wall. The elf howled in agony and clutched at the spear, trying to free himself. Just as he managed to yank it out, Candace froze his wound onto the wall along with half his torso. Scrunch stared at the dragon as it lurking towards him with white hate billowing from her eyes, and fear gripped his heart. He began to struggle harder to free himself as he reached for the darkness of the hallway. You're not going anywhere. Candace growled, and the snow began to fall inside the room again. Scrunch's desperation grew as he struggled to reach the shadows. At last he struck his shoulder, bringing it off in the eyes before making a dash for the hall. He vanished to the shadows, leaving Candace standing dumbfounded as to why he would mutilate himself to get away. Damn you! The other guy screamed. Candace. Through a soft voice, someone managed to reach her. The dragon turned back with him, tears running down her cheeks. Candace, help me. John wheezed. I need you. More than ever. Now, it's okay. Candace bit by his side, she cried his hand and paused. I'm here. You can rest now. She felt her own heart straining with every breath her mate forced in and out of his system. You can rest now. Amber rolled and bounced across the floor. She was covered in cuts and bruises from Selling knocking her around. The lightning dragons walked up as Amber picked herself up off the floor. She opened her eyes to see a blurry silhouette of the guardian stand before her. Selling smiled before frowning and delivering a devastating barrage of slaps to the face. Amber's cheeks stung from each blow, knocking her more and more senseless. At last, Sal grabbed her face in her paws and dove her hind knee into her stomach. Amber gagged and choked as the wind left her body. Sal backed away as she watched her friend struggle for air. Can I be done? Said Grant, as if she were bored, which she somewhat was. I'm tired of hanging your own tail to you, Amber. You're not even a chance for me. I'm not even kidding. Start it. Amber groaned, getting to her feet. She wobbled on her legs and tried to focus her vision. I'll show you who's... Sal struggled again across the face, sitting Amber skidding across the floor. The lion dragged aside. Boring. Amber didn't move. Sal tried again, turned her to walk away towards the next chamber. Guess I'll go help us in a spiral. Maybe their fights would be more interesting. Dark Jim Amber's pen began to radiate dark magic. The shadow spread over her body, healing her wounds and injuries. The fire dragon opened her eyes and sprang to her feet. Bitch, I'm not done with you yet, Amber said furiously. Sal stopped in her tracks and looked over her shoulder. Oh, yes, we are. You're too weak to match up to me. Tell that to my face, Amber snapped. Stella smirked and turned away, sticking her nose in the air. Not worth it. Amber roared furiously and spit off away fire Stella. In a flash, the lightning guardian whirled around with a spray of lightning. The two islands combusted and Amber launched herself at Stella. The guardian squeaked at the surprising tangle of flexed her muscles. Amber struck her just as Stella released a powerful surge of electricity. Stella fell to the ground from the blow and Amber screamed from the pulsing energy that tore through her body. She hit the floor in a smoking heap and Stella got to her feet. She clutched at her bleeding cheek. It was the first hit Amber had been able to land. Stella stared in partial awe as the shadows began to revive Amber again. The fire breath got to her feet and faced the guardian again. Back for more, are you? Stella tilted her head sideways and cracked her neck. I'll always be back for more, Amber growled. I'll keep reviving as long as you keep attacking. Stella stabbed Amber again with the bolt of electricity and she collapsed once again. You keep getting up and I'll just have to keep at this all day. The lion dragon's watched as the shadow spilled from the pendant again. Then an idea entered her mind. Stella stepped back and narrowed her eyes at the dark crystal. As Amber started to rise again, Stella rammed her hard, knocking her into the far wall again. Before Amber could recover, Stella rolled over to her and pinned her back to the wall. The guardian emitted a stunning pulse through Amber. The pink dragon screamed and shells began emerging again to heal her. Stella opened her mouth wide and a ball of lightning struck the center of the pendant. The shots began to fail wildly as the light began to soften. Amber screamed in agony. Her body felt like it was being torn apart from the light blinding her vision. Stella forced more energy into strike and Amber's cries grew louder. Just a little more. Stella whispered in her mind and a roar rose out of her throat. The light began to fill the chamber and then the lightning combusted. sending both dragonesses slamming into opposite walls. Stella groaned against the pain and opened her eyes. Her visual sticker was Boston stars, and she had to squeeze her eyes shut tightly until the dizziness and spinning stopped. When her sight cleared up, she grunted heavily as she got to her feet. Stella trudged over to Amber, who lay motionless on the floor. "Hey, Amber?" She placed upon her shoulder. The dragoness didn't move. "Are you alright?" Amber coughed hard and stretched across the floor. Stella went about caressing Amber's side, trying to calm her stomach down. "Flame," Amber wheezed. "We have to help Flame and Candace. Don't you worry," Stella was gently. "They're gonna be alright. I promise." She bent down and nudged Amber with her horns to help her rise to her feet. Amber finally got up with a bit of difficulty. When she looked down, she saw the darkness had left her pendant, but her ruby was now cracked. Stella dropped her stare and her jaw dropped. "Oh no." The dragoness gasped and looked back at Amber, unsure what she would do or say. "I'm so sorry. I don't know what. Let's worry about it later," Amber sighed. "I just want my flame back." "Alright then," Stella nodded after a quick pause. "Let's go get him." Cinder shrieked and rammed Flame into the ceiling with her enormous head. Flame cried as he felt his lips give way from the crushing impact. The fire guy fell to the floor and landed on his feet. The fall caused him to wobble slightly, and then adult Cinder struck him in the side of the head with her long whip-like tail. Flame bounced across the floor and hit the wall. When Cinder lumbered over to him, he reared his head back and fired a crimson beam of energy. The attack deflected off a shield of convexity and destroyed the wall, letting sunlight shine in. Flame hissed and backed away from the rays of light, shining through the chamber. "Give it up, Flame," Cinder warned, Cinder's reaction circling towards him, pressing him towards light. "You can't win against me. I have more experience fighting than you." "But I'm stronger," Flame snarled, firing another concentrated beam. Cinder lowered her head and the beam lower deflected again. Flame dove out of the way as more sun entered the room. "Strength had nothing to do with it, Flame. You know that just as well as I do." "Shut up," Flame snapped. "How dare you insult my power? You don't know what it means to have power." "Oh, don't I?" Cinder reared up on her hind legs and pinned the fire gun against the wall with her tail. "I was a Dark Master's general for most of my life. I conquered the entire world on my own. I nearly destroyed the Guardians myself and brought Dark Master back to power. You tell me what it means to have power, Flame, and maybe I'll be proven wrong." She realized her hold out and struck him again, knocking him to the ground. "If you and Spyro are so powerful, then why couldn't you two save the Guardians before? Why couldn't you save my grandpa? Why did you just sit and do nothing?" Cinder's face grew hot with anger. "Is that what this is about, Flame? You're blaming us for loss of the ones we cherish the most? What do you think, Cinder?" Flame sprang up at her and swung his claws. Cinder took her head back, dodging the swipe before headbutting him again. As Flame picked himself up off the floor, he glared up at Cinder. "You didn't even try to save them. That is the biggest load of crap I've ever heard from a dragon's mouth." Cinder hissed and slammed a massive paw down on top of him, pinning him to the floor. "You've been with every step of the way these past few months. You've seen for yourself what's gone on. This isn't news to you, Flame. You've lived it yourself. You saw Spyro try to save your grandpa and the others. You can't deny that. Spyro's fought for all of us, not just himself. I would have tried harder," Flame shouted. "Then why aren't they alive, Flame?" Cinder brought her face down close to his, which was a dangerous move if he decided to breathe fire or use the energy that he gained from the dark drakes. "If you're so strong, then why didn't you save them? Why are you blaming Spyro for your failure because you're not strong enough?" Flame froze. "Well, what do you think Spyro was fighting out to begin with? To keep others from something the way you are right now?" "Lies!" Flame spat a tough fire, but Cinder shrugged off as if it were not. She picked Flame up and slammed hard against the wall. "Isn't that about lies, Flame? Are you willing to turn your back on Spyro and the rest of us? If so, then I'll have you know you're also turning your back on Amber and your grandfather too." Flame's eyes blinked hesitantly. "Amber? You heard me," Cinder hissed. "If you give up this fight, then you give out on the dragoness you love. You let the Dark Monster take over and destroy her, along with all your hopes and dreams for the future. You will be without her and you will be without a family. You'll never see her again. It will have been all your fault." "No," Flame wailed, tears brimming around his eyes. "That's not true. I love Amber. Say it so I believe it," Cinder fumed, pressing her against the wall. "I love Amber. I want to be with her until the day I die. I want to fight for her. I'm still not convinced." Cinder narrowed her eyes at the fire guardian in her clutches. "What can I do?" Flame peed like a helpless puppy. "I love her. Tell her that yourself," Cinder bellowed even louder, shaking what was left of the room. She tipped her head sideways and Flame's gaze dropped to the floor. Standing behind Cinder was Stella, with the Emperor using his lightning dragon as support. Flame, Emperor whispered, staring up at him with sorrowful eyes. Emperor, Flame whispered as tears began to flow. I'm sorry. He couldn't hold back anymore and burst into tears before them. The sorry fluid burning up on the red marks along his skin. Cinder smiled not slightly, seeing that she had gently gone through to him. Are you ready to step back into the light? Flame nodded and Cinder held him out into one of the rays of the sun. The fire guardian's body immediately started to crack and break apart as the crimson energy broke through the outer shell. At last, with a desperate cry and a loud, ear-shattering smash, the crystal markers broke off of Flame's scales. His eyes returned to normal and he blinked several times. Cinder sat down before returning to her normal size. Flame! Emperor cried and rushed to him and burned herself in his chest. Emperor, thank the ancestors you're okay. Flame whipped onto her shoulder. I'm okay now, Emperor whispered. I'm just thankful for your life too. The two lovers pulled away and Flame looked down at her nose repentant. Emperor, save it. She silenced him with a raised palm. We have a big concern right now. Right. Flame nodded and a serious look returned to his eyes. He looked over at Cinder instead, who waited patiently for them. Let's go help Spyro finish this once and for all. Die, you worm! Leon swung at Spyro, who blocked the strike and countered with a blow to Leon's nose. The hit rocked Leon's head back and the dark dragon staggered. He swung his broad-head tail and Spyro leaped over it and fired a convexy shockwave. The force cracked the floor beneath Leon and brought the dragon to his knees. Spyro landed and turned to face him. So far he had been matching Leon blow for blow, taking every few hits himself and delivering much more tactical strikes back at his opponent. Leon roared in anger and breathed a wave of fire. Spyro raised a paw and got the flames to a ball before him. Leon and Malfoy's eyes widened before jumping out the way as Spyro sent the fireball back at them. The blast sent the dark monster flying into the wall and chunks of ice peppering both dragons. Spyro shielded himself behind his wings, but Leon snarled irritatedly. How did you do that? He demanded, with Malfoy warping with his own. Why bother explaining to you? Spyro retorted. You won't understand the power I've acquired, and even if you did, you won't be around long enough to use it. Try me. Leon growled and fired a barrage of ice balls. The projectiles flew at Spyro with killing speed before exploding it into a ray of spikes. Spyro curled himself around spikes and threw up a barrier of confetti around them. Leon took the chance to strike. He kicked up the floor and charged the silver dragon with horns forward. Spyro showed Flexi and launched the barrel at Leon. Then she slammed at the black dragon, sending crashing back into the wall. Malfoy roared and fired a volley of earth missiles. Spyro narrowed his eyes as he concentrated on them. Time slowed down and struck each one to attack, reflecting them back at Malfoy. Spyro released his hold on time and the dark monster blew in pain as the temper shook violently. Yeah, you got him, Sparks cheered. It's not over yet, Sparks. Spyro glared into the room of dust against the far wall. The room was silent. Suddenly, dark shadows spread out from the cloud, engulfed the room in darkness. Spyro jumped out of the way, but the shadows wrapped around his leg.